What's up, friends and family? One of the things I am loving about Bricqer is that they are very responsive when you are looking for fixes, changes, updates, feature things that aren't, major. So major ones are fine. It's just they take longer to implement. But the for instance, in this case, all right. So if you enter a part manually, you have the part. You can type it in. Then you can pick your color. Then if you hit tab or whatever, it goes automatically to the comment. So you can, type in your comment about it. Or if there's an existing one with a comment, it'll be featured with a little down arrow and you can pick it. And then quantity, location, price if you want to add it and go. With the camera recognition, originally it was, the comment was in that show additional options that was down lower, which will just a minute. There was this, I will show extra options in there, and here was the bulk, quantity, comment, and EAN number. I asked if they could move the comment box or have an option at least of it being up here so that it would reflect the same as the manual part entry, where you put in your part, or in this case, scan it, you pick the color, and then if it exists somewhere already, it'll have the drop down ready to go, and you can do that so it stays consolidated. So they have heard my cry and moved the comment box up here. So now it is up there. I don't know if it'll disappear if share extra options is gone or if that's just for this stuff, but regardless, it's here so that when you tab down from the color, it'll go automatically let you know if there's an existing one, and then you can go into location and carry on from there. So I think that's pretty awesome. I love that they are listening to their customers and putting in various features and stuff to help things be a smooth and streamlined entry situation.
Good morning. Happy 11th of April, not month. Just working on some of these partial figs that I have had on my list for 2 years. Who knows how long. But yeah, finally getting around to actually working on them, to putting them together, figuring what is needed, what's not needed. I went through some other random stuff this morning, like there was a bag of Friends, so I was able to complete like an aerial and a couple other ones, and just put some other princess parts in there. So hopefully that'll move decently quick. Yeah, so finally going through here, and some of them make sense. Like, for instance, this Indiana Jones. He was missing a dark brown arm. I didn't have him at the time, and I have since acquired some dark brown arms, I think just from, parting out figs that were broken or whatever. So he's there. Some of them, like the Hollywood Starlet, she's missing her skirt piece. I think that's the actual less expensive part of her. But I just don't have it. So I had already put that on a wish list. So I just moved it to a new one so I can keep track of where I am, what's needed, etc. Sorry, my allergies are bad. So if it sounds weird in my voice, that's why. Other ones like Renee Belach from Indiana Jones. Missing his pith helmet. Apparently, I had never had put in a wanted list or whatever, so added that to the same wanted list as the skirt for her, and I will put him here, and then I'll know, I can probably even put a mark in here. These are the ones that are on this particular wanted list, and then go from there. So yeah, just kind of going through these, getting what's needed. Some of them make less sense. Like I have the torso for Scarlet Witch. The hair is in a few different figs, so it's less specific. But I think the legs are probably, broken or some other part of the lot or whatever. They're gone. So I just need to list the torso, put the card in the binder, and move on. That kind of stuff. There's also this bag that I've had in here. These are primarily parts that I got to put together with figs that were missing parts. Some of which I adequately used, and some of which I either got different ones from another spot or whatever. But I've since replaced some of them. So some of these are just extras. Some of them are needed. Some of them are just can go back into the store, and I can, pull them when I need them, that thing. Gosh, it's allergies. There's just a few random ones. Like I think he just needs a blue hand. He might need a cape. I don't know offhand. I think that Luke needs hair. He needs his hat, which I'm pretty sure is the top hat. Which I thought was in here. I'm pretty sure I saw one recently somewhere. Goof. All right. Anyhow, I'm going to continue on and stop plaguing you all with my allergy voice so I can get through this and get figs either listed, like Indiana Jones, or ready for parts so I can make an order and get them listed. That's where we are. And some of these I'm finding I was holding on to for way too long. It was cracked when I pulled it up, and then as I pulled the arms out, it just cracked all the more. So, don't need the helmet for him. I'm just going to list the legs, maybe the head, put these in my arms, and carry on. Good morning. Happy 13th of April. My allergies are still bad, so forgive me if I make any kinds of odd sounds. Cat attacks, here are two stupid kitties. And here is this bin that I have had on my list for so long, probably a year and a half, 2 years, of the partial figs, now completely gone through. I have some on this side that I have put parts on for waiting lists. For instance, this Anakin Padawan, I'm just missing the head, and it's a relatively inexpensive head where the fig itself is worth, if I remember right, it was like $15-20 or something. A General Grievous, he's missing an arm and a leg. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Just kidding. The arm is like $3, and the leg is $1.50 or something. So the fig itself is, I think, in the realm of $25 to $30. So that's worth it to me to get those versus parting it out. Blackbeard, I have the hat and the beard, which are the two more expensive bits. I think the legs and the torso are decent, but the head is actually relatively inexpensive. So doing that. And on and on. So now all of these have their bits they need on a wanted list. And I'm going to go through these that I have previously put on needing stuff for a wanted list to go through. Some of these are just torsos that I don't have arms for. Some kind of like just toss it in here, and as I get more arms, or if I order a bulk bunch of arms, I can go through and color them or try to finish them. What is in here is that guy, which I know I recently got the reins for, which is the missing part to make that a complete listable figure. So these ones all have, there's some friends in here, but they're all missing specific parts. So some of them I had ordered, I just need to go through and put them together. Some of them I know I still need to order, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to have whichever ones are still missing pieces, I can put them in a bag in here, and that way it's all in one nice little spot. Even though I have my waiting on Bricklink bin, I can always put in like those arms or something in there. But yeah, that way things are a little bit more organized. I think I like having the cards here and the things on standby versus just a dump waiting on Bricklink. I can do that for, I think this one I'm waiting on, I don't remember, olive green hands. I may have those. Whatever. Go through these, figure out what's missing, figure out what I have, list the rest. And then, yeah, that will be the main thing. So on my little to-do list we made a while back, we have part out the Shadow Wolf Ninjago set. That was done a couple weeks ago, I think. Cleaned the binder drawer. That's the one that all these cards are in. I did that a bit. Green Aliens, those were the guys that were on eBay, so I've got them taken off now, and I parted them out into the store. Fig Sesh, I've definitely done a few Fig Seshes. There was that box that was sitting there for a long time, that Day Drink box, and it had a whole bunch of Star Wars and other things in it, so I essentially went through the entire thing and listed a bunch, put some in the generic bag that my kiddo is going through and sorting. Paper file bin, I kind of just cleaned. It's back there. It used to be right here, so I pushed it back, kind of stacked everything nicely. It's better. It's not great. It's not the ideal, but it's better. What is that? Something. What did I put? Something vintage. I have to go back to my old video to remember. Well, whatever it is, I did it. So good job, Jordan. And then partial figs is this. So that list is now done for all of the completionists in the crowd. This right here. Sorry, it's tuning through the camera, so it's kind of weird to do. Yeah, so that's that. We could probably make a new list, which I'm gonna just get rid of that one. Vintage. What vintage thing was I doing? I remember. It's gonna bug me, so I can remember it. Whatever. Let's do pink again. I think it's fun. I think my Lego pin might be. It's fine for now. All right. I'm not gonna count this because I'm counting that as the partial figs. But let's get our new list going. We have the Friends boat here. This guy. So I've got several of them. I think it's 5 or 6. I got them all that clearance thing probably a year ago now, 6 months. It's been a while. So they've just been sitting in the back waiting to be parted out. It's got a lot of different unique pieces, a lot of stuff I don't have. And I like keeping a variety, even though it's, purples and such. It's so nice to have. Hello, kitty. A nice variety of bits, and I like that they have the sea creatures. So, parting out that. Let's go ahead and just put the number down. Kiddo had a soccer game yesterday, so we were outside a long time, which is great. That also means lots of allergy. Goodness. Part out. 4, 1, 7, 3, 4. Let's do an official count. I think I can at least get the part out started in the system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I thought. All right. Maybe 5 or 6, but I knew one of them I had a lot of. I don't remember what I paid for this, but they were like not much at all. I have that to part out as well. I'm going to do one thing at a time. I don't really want to put 2 part outs on my to-do list. I can always add a second one later. So I'm going to pause on that one. Let's see. What other issues are we? So they can be small or large or whatever. Here's one. The plane that my kiddo, we got it in a bulk lot, or I got it in a bulk lot. Kind of put it back together, took it up to the playroom for my kids, and they were kind of whatever about it. They played with it twice and then just didn't care, and it kind of just got in the way of everything. So I took the wing, put it in my giant stack of wings, and have the rest of the bits. So I need to part that out essentially and list whatever I want to keep. Stuff like this, I'm less inclined to keep that tailpiece just because I'm pretty sure they're all of like 50 cents on Bricklink and they take up so much room. So let's put kids playing. Okay. Next up, I do need to work more on my new Hashima building, but it's not really a Lego store thing. I really want to add non-store things here. Do kind of want to sort of. I have those NASCAR sets too. I have those 2 different cars. They're Technic cars. They got them on like Black Friday for half off, and they part out well. It's a lot of Technic parts, which you don't have a ton of. So there's 2 different cars, and I got 5 of each. But again, it's another set part out. That one has been in the backlog far longer. I kind of want to get through it and be done with it. So I'll leave that as my part out on the list, but keep that one in mind and keep those ones in mind. These kitties, they're so snuggly. They're so snuggly. I kind of want to do something with those cars. Okay, so I've had these cars since that same bulk lot that I got the EV3s in Jago City. Not in Jago City, that was a different one. But the one that had all like the really dirty stuff, and some of it I had to toss, some of it I had to clean up way early on, probably, I don't know, a long time ago in the vlogs. So I've had these cars sitting on this tray for quite a long time. So I think I just want to go through, figure out if anything's missing, and then probably just list them, you know, as is kind of thing on eBay. Something. They're just sitting there. They've been sitting there for a while. My kid likes to build them. She hasn't really expressed like major interest in these particular ones. They're neat. I think she'd potentially like them. I might take one apart and then let her rebuild it, kind of thing. Regardless, I need to do something with them because they've been sitting right there for like a year and a half, 2 years. So I need to take care of that. So let's put that on there. Speed champs. Speed champs. Okay. Speed champs are done. I'm working on, this is upstairs, but used sort. One of the bins I'd taken to our storage unit, it was a longer tote, and it's is nice and easy to sort through because it's long and you're able to see a lot of pieces versus something that's deeper. So I'm going through that as just a used sort. Probably not the most efficient use of my time, but I kind of do it as I'm like sitting in the room while my kids are playing whatever. You know, if they're playing a game by themselves or Nintendo Switch or whatever, I kind of just piece through it here and there and that kind of deal. So I think that's something I can put on the list. You know, eventually I'd love to get to a point where I can pay someone to do swords, but I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money right now. I do need to check. This is more administrative, but I'm completely out of them anyways, so I can't even show them. I don't think I have any more. So I have these ones that are the same as all of these that fit the cards, but then I also had some on the side here that were skinnier, basically that size. So I need to see if I have more of those because I got pretty low. We'll just put check supplies. And I'll put parentheses. Small bags. Okay, awful handwriting. All right, good deal. Let's add one of these 2 pins to our list because those things have been sitting around a while. Go with the clear one, the like non-lidded, clearer one. I don't know what I want to call that one. Let's just say bin under fiat. How about that? Bin under the fiat. Bin under fiat. That's good. That'll get rid of something. And let's see. So we got the fig bins that were up here. They're being worked on, sorted into there. Our troopers are getting a little full, so that's the one I could work on. I kind of need to split out because I had started to accidentally combine. I'm just taking them out right now on camera. All right, I think we're down to just the right ones. I'll build a few more of those. I put like cloth and pilots and other stuff in that one. Could potentially be split out more, but they're not worth like a ton usually, so I don't care so much. But Imperial and Clone Trooper ones are getting fuller. Castles of potential to go through. And then pirates are decently there. I know I can build some of those, and I think I'm out of. Can't remember the heads of the Death Watch use, but I don't think I have any of those. Stop breaking anything. No, I don't have any Death Watch heads. Okay, this one left-handed too. Excuse me. So we can build some rebel troopers. Sound those. Rebel troopers. Okay. I think that's good enough list for now. I'll put the imps. Imps clones. Cool. Good enough for now. Lots of smaller things, bigger things, things that we can do in short time, and things that will take decently longer time. But hello, Kitty. I think it's nice to have a good mixture of stuff to be able to go through. All right, that'll be it for now. I'm gonna go through these and make bags or part them out depending on what's going on, and that will be finishing all of the Bricklink stuff that's waiting on me to input for making orders and whatnot.